on a disk floating through space with a tiny sun.
Hey, I'm FTFE and welcome back to the channel that does the stupidity what Luke Skywalker did to millions of innocent civilians and family members that worked and lived on the Death Star. Luke Skywalker was a monster, guys, honestly. Tonight we're going to have a fun Flat Earth debate. Brian Leake is someone I've not spoken to before. I've seen him on Jose's a few times. I think you guys should probably just get the petrol and the dumpster and the lighter and just start it at this point. But hey, it's going to be fun. Before we get started, I want to address somebody in the chat, a Mr. Tom Jenkins, who is accusing me of being a crap YouTube channel. Says that he has a YouTube channel with 100,000 subscribers, and he's going to do a video on me exposing me as a bully, a cyber bully, because of what I do. He's shown no evidence of this channel with 100,000 subscribers. And in the same sentence as saying I'm a cyberbully, he also calls me a fat ass several times and stuff like that. But he's also accusing me of not being in the military. Now, I was in the Royal Navy for many years. I served on nuclear-powered submarines as an engineer. I have shown evidence of my service many times, including my discharge papers. I've been showing this photo around lately.
Nothing you say.
Get that back to the right bit. I've been showing this photo lately, which was a screenshot of a photo I had on my computer. And some flat earthers have said, oh no, that's fake because there's an arrow in it, the cursor. So I got my mum to send me this, a video of something on her wall of me and several photos of me in the military. Now it's funny that they would be there if I was never in the military. I served on many vessels, including HMS Trafalgar, HMS Westminster, and more. HMS Invincible, HMS Illustrious, some surface ships, some submarines. My military service is not in question, and the only reason I bring this up is so that from this point forward, everybody feel free to time out Tom Jenkins, who is a piece of shit who questions my military service. You lied about your YouTube channel, and if you do a video exposing me as a cyberbully, that would probably be the worst thing you could ever do on YouTube. Anyway, now that's over with, let's just get on with the show. Team Skeptic is here with me as always. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, what's up?
How are you today?
I'm here.
Living the dream?
Yeah, pretty much.
Right, let's just get on with it. So, we've not had this guy on the channel before. Brian Leake, welcome to the channel.
How are you, man? What's up, team?
Hey, what's up?
Nice to meet you. So, why don't you tell everybody...
He sounds like he's having a fair to partly cloudy type of day there, man.
It's probably just busy.
No, my day's sunny as fuck. No, my day's sunny as fuck. I'm just not trying to dominate the conversation. Trying to leave it to you two guys.
Also, team is suffering from not being able to breathe right now because of it being so hot and stuff in Texas. So... but Brian, welcome to the channel. Why don't you tell people a little bit about yourself and what it is you think about the shape of the Earth?
Okay, I was gonna I kind of prepared like a 10-minute introduction, so I'm just gonna give you like a little 1-minute introduction before my 10-minute introduction, if that suits you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Yeah, man. I'm a married 10 years, got 6 kids, and as of 4 years ago, had just children, and all of a sudden, bam, out popped 6 grandkids in the last 4 years. And
nice.
Own a small concrete company in North Florida, and I am a globe skeptic. I like and I enjoy the debate, and I can put up a pretty good argument for a flat Earth. I am not 100% sold on it, but that'll I'll fill you in with that on my argument later. But I am a globe skeptic. I think we all should be, and but I do enjoy the topic, man.
Okay, awesome. Let's just get straight into it then. Everybody's seen my evidence many times, and I can go through bits for you, but why don't we just focus on the presentation that you say you've got, the 10 minutes, and we'll go from there.
Okay.
So over to you.
This is people who know me, like, this is almost like this is almost guaranteed to be a shit show, but not really, man. We're grown men, man, and you probably heard most of my arguments, but I am coming from a like a common sense side of it, so I'm trying to bring up some arguments you haven't heard. I'm I'm gonna make a few predictions, and I'm gonna try and show that that y'all are pretty much just reading from a script. I think sometimes y'all are literally reading from a script, but maybe not always, and maybe not you. But I think it's like kind of like a delicate argument, man. I think the model is very delicate and fragile. I think that if if you don't give your explanations carefully, then I think your double speak will have to turn into triple speak, man. I think that I think like any new arguments presented, not in y'all's curriculum. And when I say y'all, I just mean the globe side of the argument. And I do respect a lot of people, on y'all side of the argument. Everybody's his own man. But I say that any new arguments y'all have heard, I think sometimes I've heard people making shit up, man. And I think I don't think they're lying. I think they just kind of self-justify it by having the mindset that we're definitely on a spinning globe. So anything they say, and just for a quick example, I say Sean Hawkins, like I was debating with him on a channel, and he starts off an argument. Somebody said something about the lunar wave, and he said, "Oh, I've debunked that." He says, "I debunked that," and he says, first off, Crow lives right by an airport, and then he starts saying this about lunar, and then about 5 minutes later, I ask him, I say, where do you so you know where Crow lives, Sean? And he's like, no. I was like, dude, you started your whole entire argument that he lives by an airport. And then so that's when I realized that, I called Sean a liar, but he's not really lying. He just thinks that the Earth is for sure a spinning globe. So he has to live next to an airport to explain that wave, because in his mind, it was atmospheric turbulence, But I'd say my third prediction, I'd say, man, a lot of times when y'all get backed into a corner or feel like y'all are losing the debate, I feel like y'all get triggered to, that happens on both sides. I will admit that. And I think that's when the name calling starts. I think we should try to avoid that. I think also, man, I predict that, or I've seen it before, but hopefully, nobody will deviate from the argument to try and discredit each other. Like, you shouldn't even have had to explain you were in the service, man. You know you were in the service. That's good enough, man. But that was funny. You had me laughing my ass off, man, talking about that guy, man. But he deserves whatever you said, questioning your integrity. But so lastly, I'd say, man, I think y'all go a little too far defending NASA with y'all's freaking lives, dude. Like, y'all defend them tooth and nail, defend the model at all costs. Like, God, like, even, I ain't trying to bring you into it, team, but, team skeptic, come on, where's the skepticism, man? Like, man, I feel like if we were all on the same team, we could figure stuff out, because trust me, no matter what the shape of the Earth is, they ain't telling us everything. I think we could put a little pressure on these guys and get to the bottom of things and further our knowledge of the place that we live. But I think, okay, so my first argument would be, and I'm sure y'all have heard it, the Michelson Morley, but there's parts of that I think a lot of people haven't heard. For people who haven't heard the Michelson Morley, it's a test, like one of the first interferometers, crude interferometer, back in 1887. Albert Michelson and Edward Morley did it, but a lot of people don't know, 6 years before that, Albert Michelson made one that was, he did it in Germany before he even came over to America. And so that one that he made with Edward Morley was way more accurate, and it was plenty accurate enough to. And Albert Michelson said that his goal was to measure the Earth's absolute motion in space. And after that, and I'm veering a little bit here, but in 1925, this is years and years later, he did, the not as famous Michelson Gail experiment. And in between that was a series of experiments. A lot of them they didn't teach for decades in universities. And Airy's failure is one of them. It's called Airy's failure because he was trying to prove that it was the Earth rotating and not the stars with a telescope and a little simple experiment, and he failed. And we didn't ever get taught that. And then this, people try to use this Sagnac experiment to prove the Earth's motion. But to me, that's the reason that science doesn't claim that. And they say Bob, claimed it. Sagnac's pretty much an interferometer. And it's, my question is, if they use the excuse of there's no ether, they abolished the ether, however you want to put it. If they use that as an excuse to get around showing null results, so you had two choices in the experiment because the interferometer showed no interference or barely any, so they had to accept the facts staring them right in the face, and that was that either there is no motion, or or they can abolish the ether. They didn't think of that right off the bat. It took them years, and it wasn't until Einstein, made the theory of relativity, until he proposed that, and everybody jumped in on that. But one thing people don't know, there was like a petition called the 1,000-man petition in science with different physicists who opposed it, and they said he was what was it, Principia, or anyway, a fancy name for begging the question. They said that experiment's begging the question in too many ways, but that experiment, so they had to, so to abolish the ether, okay, there's things they had to do. They claimed that in that explanation, instead of just saying, okay, we're not moving, they had to say that the arm of the apparatus physically shrank, okay, and they come up with a transform for that, and which to me is already kind of a problem. But anyway, so and that wasn't it. They led to more. So then, by the arm of the apparatus shrinking, as their explanation of why they got the null result, or the solid beam on their detector, they also had to dilate time, and then they had to dilate the mass. It's just like one thing after another. And to me, all these are assumptions, and I don't think that's the way science should work. I think they hid this from us, and looking back, and they say, Michelson went to his grave. He never accepted the results of the experiment, the Michelson-Morley. Well, what are the results of the Michelson-Morley? The results are that that there is no ether. Okay, so if he went to his deathbed disagreeing with the results that there is no ether, then that would explain why he redid the test over and over, and like with Gail in 1925, because in his opinion he proved the ether. Because if there's going to be a reference frame, there's plenty of ways to look at it, but it comes down to applying a little common sense. Okay, and there's plenty of sayings from different scientists, including Einstein. In fact, I have a few citations, and I'll pull them up in a little bit, saying that that there's no way to absolutely tell who is in motion, and there's no experiments and people try to use it as proof, but a lot of people would argue that it is the exact proof against. But let me pull up this citation real fast. Let's see. Where am I? Okay. So, okay. First, we have George Ellis. This was in Scientific American, the October edition in 1995, where George Ellis said, "People need to be aware that there is a range of models that could explain our observations. For instance, I can construct you a spherically symmetrical universe with Earth at its center, and you cannot disprove it based on observations. You can only exclude it on philosophical grounds. In my view, there is absolutely nothing wrong in that. What I want to bring into the open is the fact we are using philosophical criteria and choosing our models. A lot of cosmology tries to hide that. I've seen that, and I'm like, what? Cosmology tries to hide that. So then I'm thinking, wait a minute. So like Cosmology's trying to hide it from Craig, and Craig is trying to hide it from y'all. Like y'all are 2 steps away from the damn truth. Like,
right. Let's talk about the Mugs and Molly experiment. Let's stick
Hold on. Wait, I'm almost done.
Okay.
Almost done. And I mean, it was really. I mean, I could go on forever, man. What I brought, I just wanted to open up with this, just to show. Let me just give one more quote here, and this is from Einstein. I got one from Hawking, and I got several of them. But anybody who says that that it's proven is sadly mistaken. But I mean, you might have heard you might have already heard some of these quotes, but to me, I mean, there's so many scientists who just flat out say that there's no way to prove. That there's a range of models that can work, a range of models, and with us circling the sun, or the sun circling us, but the planets still circle the sun. So in a flat Earth model, whatever it may be, the planets will circle the sun. They're just smaller. There's no light years. And Michio said, that cosmology is off by a factor of 10 to the 120th. That's a number that's not even thinkable, kind of like the distance to the stars. So what could he be talking about? Is he talking about the light from Polaris is off by 10 to the 120th? No. He's talking about size and distance, okay? That their math is coming up.
Hold on. No, you're absolutely wrong about that.
Hey, man,
that is the calculated vacuum pressure. Hold on. This is calculated vacuum pressure to observed vacuum pressure. Okay, the difference is a factor of 10 to the 120th off.
So
that's what you're misquoting something.
So, whoa. He said
no, vacuum pressure.
Don't just
vacuum
blurt
energy,
shit out,
vacuum
dude.
energy.
Stay back until he needs you.
No,
dude,
it's vacuum.
Okay? You're just blurting shit out. Like
shut the fuck up,
man.
dude.
Listen,
shut the fuck up. I know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about.
Yeah.
He's talking about vacuum energy. He's talking about vacuum energy. He's talking.
Does cosmology measure vacuums? Okay, is cosmology
yes, they measure the free.
Physicists
well, astrophysics,
okay?
Yes, measures. Yeah. So cosmology, which is
anyway, he leaves it vague. Okay, so I will accept what you're saying.
No, he doesn't leave it vague. That's what your fucking problem is. You are implying that he's leaving it vague. It is not vague. It is the vacuum energy that is observed divided by the vacuum energy that is calculated. Do you understand that? No, you're wrong. You're wrong. No, you're wrong. You're wrong. No, you're wrong. You're misquoting something, and you're trying to say, no, I told you you were wrong. You started yelling. You are wrong. You have no idea what you're talking about. You're parroting. You're parroting Michio Kaku, and you have no idea what the fuck he's saying. So no, don't fucking put out false information, and I'll sit back nice and quietly. Yes, you're misquoting. You're taking something that he said, and you're coming to the conclusion that he meant. You are absolutely 100% incorrect on this, okay? Do you know what the 1 over 120 is, or the 1 over 10 to the 20th is? How do you even, can you tell me what he means by being off by a factor of 120?
Number 2, trying to discredit me personally. So that's 2 predictions already. You're already.
No, I'm asking you, do you know what he's talking about? Without parroting, without parroting what Michio Kaku says, without parroting what Michio Kaku says, can you explain it in your own fucking words? Can you? Or are you just parroting stuff? I don't have to. No, because the 10 to the factor of 120 is not what you're saying. That's why. I'm correcting you. Accept the correction and move forward.
If you say cosmology, oh my God, I can't even talk.
Yeah, you're right. Vacuum energy, measured vacuum energy to calculated vacuum energy is off by a factor of 10 to the 120th. I'm telling you, without having to parrot somebody else, what actually he's talking about. You are just reading somebody else's quote who was given in a magazine and taking that for absolute scientific scripture. That is not what the fuck happened. Whatever the fucking interview or magazine, whatever the fuck. What I'm telling you is you are fucking wrong. Accept that you're wrong and move the fuck forward. No, you're wrong. You're wrong.
Right.
Okay,
so
well, let me explain. Okay.
One sec.
Prove me that I'm wrong. Prove that I'm wrong.
Okay.
Then.
So
All right,
Yeah,
what
you fucking moron.
Michikaku is saying that
Calm down,
in reference to the vacuum energy.
Yeah,
That's
let
what
me
the entire
explain
article
why.
he's talking about
Okay.
is. Right?
Quit parroting
Because
fucking
our
scientists.
Our observations in the
Know
distant
your
galaxy
fucking science before you talk
are
about
that
it.
The
How about
stars
that?
on the outer edges of the stars on the outer edges of galaxies are spinning too fast. Okay, they're spinning way too fast, and we can explain that here in our galaxy.
Right.
Well, are they spinning 10 to the
Okay,
120th
right.
times
Shut the
too
fuck
fast?
up, dude.
Fucking
Would you shut the
dipshit.
fuck up, please?
Right. Let's bring it back.
Is that
to
what
the-
Michio Kaku was saying?
Right,
Fucking
guys.
moron.
Right.
You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You entered into an arena that you should not have been. You entered into an arena. Oh, who's triggered now? Who's triggered now, bitch?
Let's take it.
Yeah.
Let's take it back to the Michelson.
That's right, because you don't know what the fuck you're talking about, and I'm exposing you right the fuck now. You have been exposed as someone who comes in here. I am in the process of doing it. Sit back and pay attention to how it's done properly. You heard one thing, and you decided you were going to run with it, not knowing that you were about to talk. You did not know that you were about to talk to somebody who understands what that fucking number is.
Do you know what a quote
Yeah, do
is,
you
pal?
know? Do you know what he meant by that quote? Do you know what he meant by that quote? I don't have to cherry pick it. I don't have to cherry pick it, and I don't have to misquote it. I don't care. I don't have to cherry pick it. I don't have to cherry pick it.
Right, team, let him.
You cherry pick the quote because you don't know what the fuck he said.
Right, team, let him.
Yeah, you did. You don't know what the fuck he said, and you're trying to use it out of context. No, he's not saying that cosmology. Do you know how fucking stupid that term sounds, or that sentence sounds? Okay, then say it then, dumbass. Let's go. Let's hear how little you know about the universe being off by a factor of 10 to the 120.
Right.
Let's hear it.
Let him.
Hold on, argue with
Expose
Einstein,
yourself.
genius. Hold on, I'm about to expose your stupid fucking ass. You already done did.
Well, we'll get to special relativity in a second, and we'll show how you don't know what the fuck you're talking about that either.
Talk about the Michelson experiment.
Oh no, you're right. No, you're right. We'll get to that eventually. We'll get because you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. That's why.
It's a fucking quote, you dumbass.
Start learning your science. Start learning the science before quoting. Start. What do you? So you just quote anybody that's in a fucking magazine? You have no idea what they're talking about, but because they're a scientist and it says so in a
You're a fucking
I didn't have to quote all of science. No, I don't. No, I don't have to quote all of science. I understand what that relationship is, and I understand the problem that it presents to cosmology. That's the difference between me and you. Is I know why he said that. You don't.
All right.
Sit your dumb ass down. You got into an intellectual arena you were not prepared for.
Team, let him do. Right, Brian, stop. Right.
All right, here, I'll just sit back and let you deal with it, with the dumbass.
Right, Brian.
No, I offended his cushy. I offended his Stay Puff ass, so maybe I don't want him to get triggered and fucking hurt himself. So
only thing puffed up.
I'll just quiet myself now. Dude, you have no idea what you're talking about. You don't even know about special relativity. You brought up special relativity. I guarantee that you can't give me a single fucking equation out of special relativity.
What do you want?
Can
dude?
you?
You want the fucking transforms? You want the bullshit ass transforms where fucking time times equals the old time equals the fucking new time over the
old time? Is that what they call it in science? Is that what they call it in science?
Constant of mass. That's all garbage, bro.
What's T prime? What's T prime? What's T prime?
Define
in your own words what T prime is.
Even if I couldn't pull that out,
I do, because you just tried to fucking use it to prove that that science is wrong, you moron. You're trying to refute science, and you don't even know the fucking science. Shut up. Shut up. You're stupid. You're stupid. You are out of your league. Shut up.
You want to get right down to it. All your fucking science gods did is fucking steal Coulomb's law and added a fucking
Really? That's what they did? They stole Coulomb's law. Really?
Yeah, because they
I bet you can't even calculate fucking. I bet you couldn't even calculate fucking Coulomb's constant, could you?
Anyone?
I can.
All right, Brian. Did you know that Coulomb died? Did you know that Newton died? Like 20 years before Coulomb was born. Newton couldn't have stolen Coulomb's law.
No. Did you know that the first time that F that FG equals M1 over M2, M1 times M2 over R squared was not demonstrated until 1798 in the Cavendish experiment. Okay, Coulomb's law was 11 years before that. I don't care who they said.
No. Do you know Newton came up with Newton's law? FG equals GM1 M2 over R squared. Actually, that's Newton's law, who died before Coulomb was born.
Right? Yeah. No, but a law ain't a law until it's demonstrated. Okay.
Yeah.
And
but he came up with the law before Coulomb was born. Right now, can we get back to the Michelson-Morley experiment? All right, the Michelson-Morley experiment.
I expected it to go about 30 minutes before it came down to that, man. I never even made it out of my quotes, bro.
Yeah,
but,
okay. I mean, quote mining is all fine, but we need to get back to the Michelson-Morley experiment.
I knew you would. I knew you wouldn't make it fucking 10 minutes in this goddamn conversation before you started pulling shit out of your ass you didn't fucking know, acting like that's fucking evidence. You ought to shut the fucking. You ought to shut up, dude. You ought to shut up and learn some shit. If you were to shut up and pay attention, you might learn something for a future debate.
All right.
Number 5 prediction: defend the model with your life.
Right, okay. Brian.
Number 4.
Can we
try and
please?
Hello. On this. All
right, no, stop.
Triggered.
All right,
stop, Brian. Listen. Michelson-Morley experiment. Please tell me what it was.
Dude, it was pretty much the first interferometer.
No. Tell me what the experiment was. What was the experiment for?
It's like it was a crude interferometer. He sent a light beam. Okay?
Yeah, no. I'm not telling you to tell me what the. I'm not asking you to tell me what the equipment was. Tell me what the experiment was.
It was to detect. Now Albert Michelson claims it was written to detect Earth's absolute motion in space.
In relation to what? In relation to what? No. Stop, Brian. Stop. Brian, stop. Brian, stop. In relation to the ether, okay? So do you know why they were doing the experiment? What the experiment actually was?
They were trying to measure the sun's speed. I know why Michelson was doing it. He's trying to get the absolute speed. He was trying to check the speed to see if it was right. They already knew there was an ether, in my opinion. That's my opinion on that. I can't really verify that. But,
at that point, right, the ether was the hypothesized medium that light needed to travel through, okay? But that's what they were trying to test. They were trying to find a particular thing. So what was the experiment actually for?
Well, like I said, you can look at it one of two ways, man. My argument is that, in my opinion, and until the day he died, he was trying to test the motion of the Earth. He was trying to prove or disprove the motion of the Earth in space.
No.
In my opinion.
Okay, right. So,
but the
Michelson-Morley experiment, right, was to detect the absolute motion of the Earth in relation to the ether. Okay, they knew that the Earth moved. That's why the experiment had to be done at 2 different points in the Earth's orbit around the sun, because the Earth would be traveling at different speeds, right? So what they were actually trying to find was a change in the speed of light when the interferometer was parallel to and again going into the perceived ether wind. Now, the ether wind would be what would have been caused if the ether existed and the Earth rotated around the sun through it.
Yeah,
the same as if you wait, hold on. The same as if you put your hand out of a car window, you can feel your hand being blown by an apparent wind, right? They thought that the Earth would cause an ether wind. Yeah. So they hypothesized that this would change the speed of light because of the drag through the ether that the Earth was causing, creating the ether wind. So that's what they were trying to detect. They were trying to detect a change of light to confirm the ether wind, the ether drag theory. Now, what they came up with was between 1/14th and 1/6 of the...
Real quick, Craig.
Yeah?
Real quick. What did they come up with at first? In the experiment, what did they come up with? Before all the explanations, before all that, I mean, let's be honest, what did they come up with?
That's exactly what I was about to say before you interrupted me. They were trying to... what they came up with was between 1/100th and 1/6, an average of 1/14th of the perceived change in speed of light, the fringe shift in the patterns of the wavelengths of light that they could see through the detector, right? They predicted, based on the calculations, that they should have a certain fringe shift in the light patterns, but what they came up with was an average of 1/14th of that. Now, their own words and their own equipment could not really measure anything with more than an error
That's
of
the
1/6,
explanation. I'll
right?
give you that.
They said themselves
So
that
what they measured was the null result,
no,
correct?
yeah, but the reason that they came up with the little bit that they did was, in their own words, because of the margin of error of their own equipment, which is why it's been done more successfully. In fact, it's been measured down to like 10 to the 17th, in decimal places, that it doesn't, the ether drag doesn't exist. So that's why it was a null result, because they didn't detect the change in light that they would apparently have. Now, at the time, this caused a lot of problem for physics, because the ether was kind of an underpinning of a lot of understanding of the universe, okay? And it threw physics into turmoil. There wasn't really an explanation for it until relativity.
Yeah, and that was like over 20 years later. Did they complete that? Did they put that all together?
Yeah, but it doesn't change what they detected, which was that the ether didn't exist.
That experiment, though, buddy. Let me tell you, in Cal State, and I've looked up about five different versions, pretty much the same thing, what you just described of the Michelson-Morley. But let me say this, okay? And every one of them, it says that, but since we knew that the Earth is moving around the sun, then they had to blah, blah, blah. They had to go on. They all say that, since we already knew the Earth is moving around the sun. I mean, and that's not arguable. That is in the it's in the experiment.
Yes. Yeah, and what they actually said from the experiment was that, well, there's three things we have to consider here. Either the Earth doesn't move because there's no aether wind, but the only way that could exist is if there was a stationary aether, right? That was the only way that the Earth could be considered not moving, was if there was an aether and it was stationary. The other two options were that the aether didn't exist, or the aether rotated around the sun with the Earth. Now, obviously, the aether rotating around the sun with the Earth was a ridiculous theory. The mere concept of the Earth being stationary was also pretty much laughed at. The only logical thing left to conclude was that the Earth did rotate as they thought, but the aether didn't exist, and that's why the Michelson-Morley experiment disproved the ether.
Yeah, that's one interpretation. Okay.
No, it's their interpretation.
One interpretation of the Michelson-Gail less popular experiment, many years later, like 20. This is like
it got the same. It got the same results, but much more accurate.
No, they measured 95% of the measurement for the ether.
No, they didn't.
Yeah, they did. Okay,
no, they didn't. No, they measured within 95% accuracy that the aether didn't exist. No, and Sagnac disproves Sagnac disproves ether completely. The Sagnac effect proves the speed of light. No, it doesn't.
What is the reference frame?
The cosmic microwave background radiation is the ultimate reference frame. You don't understand how an interferometer even works.
Now, I understand what you're saying. Trust me, I do understand what you're saying. But let me get a
hold on. You're wrong. You said that the Sagnac proves that the ether exists. No, the Sagnac effect, along with Michelson-Morley, and not one interpretation. The only interpretation that makes sense. No. It's the only interpretation that makes. Shut up. It's the only interpretation because relativity explains it, and relativity has been experimentally proven to be a fact.
Relativity is a bunch of math, bro.
No. There's experimental evidence to show. Shut up. No. Shut up. No, you don't get to say false shit. Relativity is experimentally proven. Okay, unless you can disprove.
Can I speak now?
All of relativity.
Can I speak now?
Yeah, team, go ahead.
I'm about to shut this argument down right fucking now. Do you know what Fermilab is? Just out of curiosity. All right. You are done with this shit. Get the fuck out of here before I embarrass you more. All right, do you know what Fermi-fucking-lab is? Do you know what Fermilab is? Do you know what pions are? Hold on. Yeah, you are. You already said something stupid that's fucking special relativity is bullshit. So we're about to prove your dumb ass wrong right now. Do you know what pions are? Do you know what pions are? Do you know what pions are? Yes or no? Do you know what a fucking pion is?
Resort to violence, Brian.
Do you know what a pion is? Hey, do you know what a pion is? Do you know what a pion is?
Would it matter if
yes
I did,
or no?
bro?
Just say no.
Just answer the fucking question, Brian.
Yes, it would. Yes, it would. Because then we would know where the starting place is, so I wouldn't have to explain what a goddamn pion is. All right, well, get this. We know. Shut up. Shut up. We know that about 95% of all pions will decay in a certain amount of time. Shut up and listen.
Dude, all that is
if you're
garbage,
going to defend a position,
listen.
you haven't even heard my fucking argument, you moron.
Going east faster than due west. I don't believe any of that shit, dude.
Well, we don't
No,
care
what the fuck are you talking about? I didn't say faster east than west.
That bullshit you're talking about, man.
No, Fermilab. Okay. Okay, so pions have a well-defined fucking
Brian,
decay
shut
time.
up and listen for 2 minutes.
Right, right. Fermilabs have pions have a very.
I'm not come here to debate a rude dude like this.
Brian, just listen to what he's saying. All right, he's
I don't
got a
give
good
a
argument.
fuck. I'm still right. I'm still right. I'm still fucking right.
Who cares,
yes
dude?
or no?
It's not
Am
part
I still
of
right?
my debate, dude.
I do. Yeah, you just brought up special relativity. You just said it was bullshit. I'm about to show you a demonstrable experiment where they have to take special relativity.
You want to continue this debate?
Everywhere I go, I act like an asshole. You should have already fucking known that.
I don't care about any of this shit, dude. Okay?
That's right. You don't care about anything that disproves you, right? You don't care about anything that disproves you. You said special relativity is bullshit. I'm about to show you where it's not.
Math don't disprove shit.
It's not math, it's fucking observation, you moron.
I didn't come here to learn nothing from you, dude.
It's observation. It's an experiment. It's experimental observation. Do you not understand that?
Pseudoscience to me, bro. I will not listen to your pseudoscience. I chop my own head off.
I'll sharpen the axe for you. I'll sharpen the axe for you. I'll sharpen the axe.
Right, Brian. Just
fucking chop some wood.
Right, guys, one sec. Right, everyone, shush. One sec. Right, Brian.
Your points are fucking stupid.
Team,
just like you.
A sec. Give me a sec. Everyone, shush. One sec.
If he apologizes to me,
right, Brian,
I'll
stop.
Him
Everyone, shush. One sec. Right, Brian.
Fuck you. Here's my apology. Fuck you.
Yeah, right. Brian, we gave you the chance to talk for quite a while, right? Now, just let team...
Y'all, you give me the chance, Craig. Come on, man.
Yeah, right, okay.
I come here to debate you, not your pet.
Yeah, I told you that team would be here, right? But let team get his argument out, and then you can respond to it. All right,
he jumped in while
I'm trying. Will you shut up? Will you fucking shut up?
Listen, I'm not here to derail the show. If I trigger him just by being here, I'll be quiet.
One of my quotes,
Brian,
bro. You derailed it right off the bat.
I trigger you by being.
You're a super genius, bro.
Yeah, because you're fucking wrong. Because you don't fucking know what you're talking about. On either situation, you don't know what you're talking about.
You think you're right about everything, dude. You like pseudoscience.
That's part of actually taking the time out of your life and learning shit. And then when you come to when you meet people like you that are fucking stupid, they are going to think you're a fucking pretentious asshole because you're more intelligent than them. That's not my fault that I continue to educate myself. Now look, to keep the shut up. To keep from derailing this conversation anymore, because my presence triggers him, the tough guy.
Dude, I'm not listening to him, Craig.
Telling science.
Shut
up, you triggered fuck. Shut up, you triggered fuck.
Let him finish what he's saying.
Dude, I'm not debating. I don't want to hear this clown, dude.
I will.
Just let him finish what he's saying, please.
I don't care whether you want to hear it or not. You're fucking here on this channel.
I'm a grown man, dude. I did not come here for this childish shit, dude.
Right.
Well, then why do you keep holding on to childish fantasies, you grown man? The flat earth is a childish fantasy. Right there with fucking Santa Claus. You are a fucking idiot.
You said I was wrong, okay? So I'm not talking to you. You're unreasonable.
You are wrong. You don't know the quote. You don't know what he's talking about. Just because a scientist gives a generalized quote talking about something very specific that the average person would not fucking know doesn't mean that you, the below average person, will know what the fuck he's talking about.
Do you? You don't like me?
I am correcting you. No, because you are misrepresenting the quote. You are misrepresenting the quote.
Don't it? Come on, Craig. Get this clown off, man.
No,
I
corrected you. You were the one that got fucking hurt.
Dude, he interrupted my quote.
I'm saying I'll leave fucking the Marshmallow Man. I will let the Marshmallow Man fucking have his say. You can debate him on this because I obviously trigger him, and people want to see stupid. I don't want to scare stupid away. So stupid, please fucking stay. Hey, stupid, can you please stay so the audience will be entertained? I promise.
What's the pie on?
Well, right now, how about this?
fucking idiot.
882 fucking people are seeing me destroy you on every
They're
point you
seeing
make
you
because
freak the
you
fuck out.
are speaking
900
from
now.
the superiorly ignorant position. All right? I
And
know
800
what you're
people
talking
see you
about
interrupt
without
me
having
during
to
a quote,
quote
calling me
somebody
wrong
or
instead
look
of
it up.
taking it up with
I
Mickey Cosby,
know
you jackass.
what you're trying to say,
got no common
and you
sense,
don't
bro.
know what you're talking about.
You got no common
All right.
sense, bro.
Now, I'll turn it back over to Fight. He can answer your dumb-ass questions, and you can stay here
I
so
ain't got
that
no
the
questions for you.
900 people can enjoy your fucking stupidity.
Later, White Knight. God, I didn't even get past my quotes, dude.
White Knight,
He's
what the fuck you
calling me
talking
out when
about?
I'm
Because you're fucking
reading out a
wrong,
quote.
you fucking moron. That's why I'm not
Call
going to
him
let you
wrong,
get
you
past your
fucking
quote.
jackass.
Because you are wrong.
In cosmology. So, I mean, where the fuck can you go wrong with a quote?
Have you read the entire article, Brian?
He didn't
When
even
you
fucking
don't
let
know
me
what the
finish
fuck the
quote, bro.
underlying meaning of the quote is. That's why. You said
I didn't even get to
cosmology is
finish
off
the
by a
quote,
factor
much
of
less
10 to
talk
the
about any meaning of
120.
it.
Okay, explain that. Hold on. Explain that in layman's terms, please. Tell me what you think cosmology
came
being
out
off by
the
a factor of
gate
10 to the
triggered, bro.
120th
Before I
means.
can even
How
give
about
my
that?
opinion.
Hey, hold on. Brian.
You're talking
Nobody
about
cares
a
about your
vacuum.
opinion.
Whoa,
We're talking
whoa,
science,
you're talking about a
not
vacuum.
opinion.
What's the
We're
fucking...
talking science.
Yeah, what's
Because
the vacuum
that
got to
is
do
what
with,
the
you know...
that is what when they
all
say
that
10
shit
to the
has to do with the
120th
fucking-
power,
is dark
that
matter, dark
is
energy,
what they're
bro.
talking about. No, that is what they're talking about. All right? That's what you
Yeah,
don't
and if you'd have
understand.
let me get to my
You could
opinion,
not get
what I'm trying to
past
fucking tell
the
you-
quote you read. I
Jesus
understand
God.
what the meaning of the quote is. I'm correcting you.
Craig,
Accept
man,
the
come on,
correction
dude. You're
and
having
move
a shit
forward.
show because this clown can't contain himself, man. I'm trying to calm down. Dude,
Nobody
he's
gives
too
a shit
smart
what
for
you're
me,
trying
man.
to do.
So
You know what? Hey,
Just
please
go
keep
on.
speaking. Every time you open your mouth, you say something stupid. So please
Who
keep
gives a
speaking.
fuck, dude? I didn't come here for you.
right,
You're
Brian,
too smart for me, man.
Brian, can you send me
Yes,
that article?
you did. You
Can
came here for this cock, boy.
Yeah, Brian, can you send me the article that quote's from, please?
Let me see, man. Listen to my actual. This is what I came to debate.
Yeah.
I came to debate the common sense part of the flat Earth argument. Like I said,
Well,
I've been on the fence for so long, dude.
I know.
And
All right,
it's
well,
like, man, what keeps me on the fence, to be honest with you, is like the maps and shit, man. It's like, man, I can't. I've been studying maps and all that, and I don't know everything, Skeptic. Okay, but what I do have is common sense and shit, dude. And I've been surveying for almost 30 years. Okay, and I have some problems with the surveying arguments, but I can't. I haven't 100% refuted them, so I'm not going to claim them, right? But what I do have some arguments with, man, is like the common sense side, like let's say just a few of them. Okay, in fact.
well, hold on. Before you move on, I wanted to finish the discussion about the Michelson-Morley experiment. All right, because the fact of the Michelson-Morley experiment is that
if you think that it's set in stone, then there's really no debate on that.
I'm not saying it's set in stone, but I'm saying the outcome of the Michelson-Morley experiment was a null result, and the reason for that was because there is no Aether. And to back that up, the everything about relativity has been experimentally proven to be true. There is countless experiments that prove relativity to be a fact.
Bro,
okay?
I've read the same script, brother.
I'm not reading a script. I'm telling you a fact that there is experimental evidence. Brian, stop talking and interrupting me. There is experimental evidence that relativity is correct. Unless you can debunk the experiments that demonstrate relativity to be true, then you have no argument for the Aether. The Aether does not exist apart from as the space stone in the Marvel universe. Okay, that's what the Aether is.
Quantum physics would argue that, man. Quantum physics would argue that.
No, quantum physics would not argue that. Quantum physics would not argue that at all.
Space-time is a version of. A lot of people. Hold on. A lot of people say space-time's a version of Aether. A lot of people say that dark energy.
Well, I don't care what they say. They're wrong. Space-time is defined, and relativity is correct.
A lot of scientists say quantum foam, man, is a quantum foam. It's you got to.
Yeah, I don't even think you understand what quantum foam is. So let's stick to relativity before we go into quantum physics. No, not 100%. Not 0.001%, Brian. You haven't the first clue what quantum physics is. So let's not stick with that. Sorry, Zell. Reality Stone, you're correct.
I promise you this. There's the ether was not part of that experiment. It was wired in, and we were deceived. Okay.
No, we weren't. No, you're wrong. No, you're wrong. You're wrong. The Cosmology experiment was to measure the Earth's motion in relation to the ether. They did not find any ether wind. Ether was removed from science. Relativity came along and confirmed that the ether does not exist. We do not have an ether, and therefore experiments like the one done by Bob and using any interferometric fiber optic gyroscope in the world that uses the Sagnac effect as its mechanics shows that the Earth is rotating. The Earth is rotating. It's been measured.
It's not proven. You want 10 more quotes from scientists saying that
I don't care about your quote mines because
you don't care about Einstein, Stephen Hawking, George Ellis.
Hey, Brian, shut up. I don't care about quote mines. If you're going to use a quote, I expect you to talk about the entire article that quote is from, or the entire paper, including the maths behind those things.
When I tell you that when he ends this sentence with a lot of astronomers try to hide that it means he's talking about what he's talking about. It's not hard to understand, man. That's my other prediction, okay? So there's only one more left, man. And let's talk about this.
Sorry, no astronomers are hiding anything.
Let's talk about this, man. Look, how about something common sense wise, like the SpaceX cameras, like cutting off 8 times in a row, man. Like little shit like that.
Yeah. So what, Brian? So what? Stop. So what? Yep. Right? Sometimes they don't cut out, sometimes they do. But do you know why they do? Because there is a fucking massive 25 to 30 ton rocket landing on it. Now, just give me 1 sec, and I will get a video up showing that. Because I've shown Sam and Dan's.
I've seen it. I was thinking, man, if the cameraman, I was thinking this.
Cameraman. Did you say cameraman?
No. Look, no. If you was like a young, let's say, deep state. You was a young deep state, and you was like, Dad, man, we can't make the camera cut out again. And
what are you talking about?
Dad's like, listen. The dad's like, yeah, man, dude, don't worry about it, son. They'll believe it, man. And the son's like, no, they're gonna catch on, Dad. And the dad's like, no, they're that stupid. We could cut the camera out every time, son. They would argue for us. Don't worry about it, son. The son's like, really? They're that stupid, Dad? We could just cut the camera out every single time.
Again, Brian.
Some of us ain't
Brian,
shut
stupid,
up, brother.
Brian, you're being stupid. Stop it. There is a reason the camera cuts out. There is a fucking 25 to 30 ton rocket landing on it. However, many times they have recorded it not cutting out. Now, just watch this video for a sec.
I know what you're making up. Shadow was in that fire. Woo!
So yeah, they do capture it landing many times, not always successfully, but to claim that they don't, it always cuts out is just false.
I just
And
filmed
it makes sense. It makes sense that it cuts out
my house.
sometimes.
I seen it on TV, man. Not yeah, it was the last one. I guess it was about 3 weeks ago, and I went outside to see because I'm not too far from Cape Canaveral, and I went out to see, and because it counted down to 0 and it wasn't up there, but I went back out there. I was like, man, let me go see just for the hell of it. So I went back out there like about 5 minutes later, and here it come, man. Sure enough, man, up in the sky, man. So I grabbed my camera and filmed it, and it happened to line up with a wire. It was awesome, I will say that. And there's shit launching down there. Okay, anybody who don't live, I live right by Cape Canaveral. There's shit launching, that's for sure. I'm not denying all that, man. I ain't saying we ain't got badass technology, all that, but
so basically, SpaceX do what they say they do and have sent people to space now. So
yeah, man, I'm a skeptic, man. I'm a skeptic. So man,
no, you're not a skeptic. You're a denialist, Brian. Brian, you're not a skeptic. You're a denialist.
Man, come from common sense, man. If they
you come from not having an education and not knowing what you're talking about.
Yeah, right. Oh, really? So that's what this is about now, dude?
Well, no, it's clear. You don't have any arguments as to why things are wrong.
Why are you debating me then if you think that's how low you think of me, dude?
Because I like to hear a stupid person say stupid things, but you don't even know what the Michelson experiment was for. You don't understand the results from it. You try to twist it to suit your narrative. When the results have already been defined and relativity has been experimentally proven, therefore the results. No. I don't care what Michelson I don't care what they did. The results of their experiment.
He invented the shit, bro.
Yeah, but it doesn't.
He did not believe their explanation.
But he also. No, he also never denied the results. He never denied the result. No, you shut up and listen for a second.
Let me ask you a question.
No, you shut up and listen for a second, Brian. He never denied the results.
Wait, how is the amperometer measuring our spin,
will you stop? I'm talking.
Will
you shush? I'm talking, right? He didn't like the results, but he did not deny the results. He went to his deathbed saying,
he did.
I still don't.
He denied.
No, he never denied the results. The results was a null result. He didn't deny the result. No, Brian, shut up. He didn't deny it.
Denying the results of the experiment, bro.
No, you're wrong. He didn't deny it. He didn't like it. There is a difference. He never denied it because the results were what they were.
No, he was...
Citation fucking needed.
Yeah, but besides that, look.
Citation needed.
Let me ask you a fair question.
No, citation needed.
How is the Sagnac experiment? Okay, how is it? How did it measure our rotation but not our motion forward? Okay,
it does
with the same reference frame. It proved the ether, dude.
No, it doesn't.
Teach you that shit, man.
No, it doesn't. The ether doesn't exist. It was removed from science, and relativity backed that up. Relativity is experimentally.
Let's apply some common sense, bro.
No. Relativity's been. Brian, shut the fuck up and listen. Stop over talking me. Relativity has been experimentally proven. Can you debunk all of the experiments that demonstrate relativity to be true?
If you're going to use the math formulated in the experiment to prove it, then yeah, that's like using GPS to prove a globe. It's retarded, dude.
GPS does prove a fucking globe.
Dude, it's like using GPS to prove a globe. It's retarded.
GPS does prove a globe, you fucking retard. Look, Crayon Muncher. GPS does prove a globe.
Prove that. GPS is a global positioning system. It's made with the azimuths assigned to it that they entered into their system.
It's made with satellites in space, you fucking idiot.
The measurements are going to match a globe.
It's made with satellites in space, you fucking idiot.
Dude, you really don't know this shit, dude?
Yes, I know this stuff. It's made with satellites in space.
Bro.
What do you mean, wow? Are you denying that it's made with
satellites up there? But look,
Brian, shut the fuck up. Are you denying? Brian, shut up. I'm asking a question. Are you denying?
Bro, you have to let me talk one time, dude.
I'm asking you a question.
I gotta
shut
cut
up.
In just to get a fucking word in.
Shut up. I am fucking asking you a question. Do you deny GPS is made with satellites in space?
Dude, I can show you the satellites. I can show you real pictures of the satellites and their own fucking balloons, okay?
That is not GPS satellites. All right? There are things called satellites. Dude, there are things that are called satelloons.
May I say something real quick?
1 second.
You missed the memo,
Brian,
bro.
shut up. 1 second. Let me fucking respond to that idiotic thing that you are saying. The satellites will you shut up? Fucking stop interrupting me. The satellites on balloons that you are talking about are weather monitoring stations that are temporary. There has been satellites in orbit operational for over 30 years. Team, what were you going to say?
Yeah, I
Bro,
would
you
just
believe
like to
any
say
fucking
that
thing. Some of us
Brian,
don't believe
Brian,
bullshit.
shut up.
stupid as shit. Mute him for a second. I'll give you a chance. You can defend your stupidity
Go ahead,
in a second.
team. Go ahead.
Okay.
Dude, if you start
so
ragging on me again, I'm
Brian,
gonna
shut
cut
up.
The third dumbest thing.
He's cool. I'll
The
shut
third
up.
dumbest thing that this guy has said tonight. The third dumbest thing that you
What
said
kind of
tonight
fucking
is
show
that
is
you
this,
can't
bro?
use
I'll
math.
have
What
to
the
mute you
fuck
if you
kind
don't
of show
let.
is this?
You can't use math. You can't use math to prove geometry when geometry is a branch of mathematics.
I know, right?
Like you just said, you can't use math to prove that the Earth is a globe. When you say a globe, you mean it's spherical. Sphere is a term used in geometry. Geometry is the branch of mathematics concerned with shapes. You're a fucking idiot.
Ding.
Ding.
All right, Brian.
He can talk again.
So, yeah, any satellites you see on balloons are just weather monitoring stations that are temporary, okay?
Dude, can't even hear him now. Dude, he's fucking.
Brian, you there?
You don't even want to debate. Like, you want to debate
Hello?
or not?
You there?
Dude,
What's he doing?
I try to respond to
Brian!
Every time I try to respond, he cuts me off.
It's not a debate. It's like a scolding.
Brian, hello?
Like,
You know?
yeah.
It's a little kid.
Hello?
You know better than that. You know?
Brian, are you being told off by your mum?
I only had one. But I only had one more.
I think he's being told off by his mum.
My man is being told off by his mom in his fucking mid-30s.
Brian, you there? Brian.
We can hear everything, man. We can hear coaching from your physics instructor, dude.
Has he left?
Why you having your physics tutor read off the fucking the Michelson Morley experiment to you?
Brian, you there? Brian, are you there?
Oh, that is so awesome.
I think he's rage quit, guys. Brian, you there?
Hello.
Oh, he's there. Did your mom tell you how to plug the mic back in? Guess not.
Brian, so yeah, satellites aren't on balloons. There are some pictures. Brian, are you there? Has he forgotten how to use this headset or something?
Can I get a mic check?
No,
I can't
man.
hear nothing, man.
I can hear you. Hello, Brian.
Stupid coming in 5x5.
This is what it comes down to, muting your guest.
You're not muted. We can all hear you.
I can't hear
You're not
nothing. I don't know
muted, you
if,
fuck.
He's still ragging on me. I don't know if y'all can hear me, but
Pull the headphones out of your ass. You
This
don't
is
have
too
ears
good.
in your butthole. Pull your headphones out of your ass.
Oh, no, he's left. Oh my god, so I think he broke his headset or something.
Oh, yeah, he raged and broke his shit.
Let me just email him.
Oh, it was amazing to hear his mom in there. This is not a debate. You're right, it's not a debate. We're talking about the shape of the Earth. It's a fucking globe. That's why it's not a goddamn debate, lady. Now go make Brian some chicken noodle soup for the soul. He's gonna need it after this ass raping tonight.
My god, he's fucking stupid. Oh wow, team, that was pretty epic.
I'm sorry, but that guy is fucking a moron, man. He doesn't know what he's talking about. Anytime someone brings up that 1 over 120 or 10 to the factor of 120 off.
Brian, you there?
Anytime they bring that up,
yeah,
they better know what they're fucking talking about.
I lost the whole stream for a minute.
Yeah, we could hear you. Say hi to your mum for me.
That's my wife, my secretary.
Right, so
That's
yeah.
fucked up.
So
Your mom's your wife.
Just to clarify about the things you brought up so far, Brian, you're wrong about the Michelson Morley experiment. The results are null and relativity. Wait, hold on.
Why has he got to do that, man? He hears my wife here, dude. He's got to make a little smart ass comment and bring my wife in it, dude.
You don't know your wife. Your wife
Are you gonna?
Dude, he's a
Get
nasty
the fuck
person.
up. Your wife is in the background. Your wife's in the background talking. We can hear her
Yeah,
talking.
I know. Why you gotta make
we
a
can hear
comment
her
like that,
coaching
man?
you,
Talk
okay?
about my mom, my
Because I
wife.
want to
Why would
fucking
you
make a
do that,
comment
dude?
about that.
Because
Dude,
it's
man,
funny.
Hold
you'll
the
never
fuck
have
up,
children,
dude.
you'll never have
It was a
family, bro. You don't
fucking
know how to-
joke. You
got no
are a
manners,
fucking
bro.
soft snowflake. Stop being so.
Oh
I
my
don't care
God.
about my manners right now or not. You don't have any intelligence. Why should I?
Go
Why
back
should
and
I
listen to this.
respect your
I
lack of
haven't got out one
intelligence?
sentence
Tell me why I
uninterrupted,
should
bro.
respect your
Not
lack of
one sentence
intelligence.
uninterrupted.
Tell me why I should respect
ahead,
your lack of
smart guy.
intelligence.
Dude, is this what this debate's about now? Discrediting me? And so let's talk about how stupid I am.
I'm not
Oh
discrediting
no, we
you.
don't
I'm
need to
pointing
do
out
that.
how
You've
wrong
shown
you
that
are.
yourself, Brian.
Huge fucking difference.
Yeah,
Huge
right.
fucking difference.
Brian.
I'm
Nobody likes
simply
to know
pointing
it all,
out that
bro.
you don't know what you're talking about.
Brian, can we go over?
Hey,
Nobody
the people
likes
in
to
the
know it all,
audience
bro.
would prefer the
Is this
person
gonna-
speaking
Hey,
know what they're
man.
fucking talking about.
Yeah,
It's
get your
clear
duck, man.
that I know what
Please
I'm
get your
talking
duck,
about here
dude.
and you don't.
She's right, man. I prepared all these arguments, man, and
Arguments. Right. Okay. Right.
Yeah.
Let's go.
You won't let me get them
You
out.
actually
bro,
spent time out of your life. You spent time out of your life preparing arguments for this. You're
Dude,
hilarious.
I'm a grown man. I don't know how long.
Hey,
I'm
I
gonna keep listening to
fucking
this stuff.
I admire your conviction to your fantasy,
Right.
and so much so that you write down fucking proofs for it.
Team, you're a bad man, dude.
But it's
okay?
pretty
You're a
fucking
genius,
stupid.
Okay?
All right,
I can
team,
see-
I am
give me a minute now.
man. You're right about that.
Right.
I can see the team
All
almighty.
right, Brian,
okay?
stop. Brian, hold on.
Craig.
Brian, stop. All right.
Craig, why do every time I talk you have to stop me, bro? Just personal.
Because
question.
I've been trying to get this out for fucking 10 minutes and you keep
Craig,
interrupting
I haven't
me.
said one fucking sentence uninterrupted the whole show.
Well, listen
The
for
fuck
2
is
minutes.
wrong with
We're
you,
going to
man?
go over some things. Pay attention. Okay? You ready? Right. The first argument
Go
you brought,
ahead.
the Muggs and Morley experiment. You are incorrect. The results of the Muggs and Morley experiment were null. And relativity...
the guy who
Right, no,
created
you
the device
interrupted
is
me
wrong.
again.
You're
You
right.
interrupted me again. Hold on.
You're right.
The
All right,
results of the Muggs and Morley experiment were null. Ether was removed from physics. Relativity, which has been experimentally proven, shows that that is true. The ether does not exist. Any interferometric fiber optic gyroscope measures rotation of the Earth. Now, satellite balloons.
Hey, okay.
Right?
Here's my rebuttal. Here's my rebuttal.
No, we've already heard your rebuttal to
Wait,
that.
whoa. I just let you talk, and I don't even get to rebut.
Well, I haven't finished what I was
Here's my
saying.
rebuttal. Dude, you already said it. I want to tell you ain't heard my rebuttal yet.
Go on then.
I'm just saying, even if there is no ether, that does not prove we're moving around the sun, okay? So that experiment did not prove we're moving around the sun. It's never been proven, bro. Quit
It
acting
absolutely
like
has.
Man. Open your mind, bro.
It absolutely has, because interferometric fiber optic gyroscopes not only pick up a 15-degree rotation in 3 axes, but also a 1 degree.
Yeah, something's spinning, bro. Something's spinning.
Hold on.
We
Hold
know
on.
that, right? But how is it picking up the spin
Brian,
and not the
Brian,
motion around
will
the
you
sun?
shut the fuck up and
You
stop
can't have both, bro.
This is why I keep interrupting, because you never actually let me finish what I'm saying. Shut the fuck up when I'm talking,
go ahead,
alright?
Go ahead.
It not only picks up the 15-degree rotation in 3 axes, it also picks up a approximately 1 degree a day drift in 2 dimensions, which is our rotation around the sun. They cannot pick up anything apart from the movement of the thing they are physically touching. That is how they work. Okay?
Then if you're going to use that, then you have to admit that 95% of the ether was discovered in that experiment.
No, it wasn't, because you are
You can't have
misquoting
them
that.
both, dude. You can't have
I can't,
the
right.
Sagnac with the
What-
1/6 motion, and
Right,
you
you're-
can't have them both. You can't use the
No,
fucking
no,
transform.
you're wrong.
And they
No,
claim that they're
Brian,
detecting motion. You can't.
Brian, you're wrong about what you're saying, because there
Oh,
wasn't
my
a
God.
95% of ether. They measured to within 95% accuracy that the ether didn't exist.
If I send you a short video, will you play it?
It depends, because I've been hit with copyright
It's
strike
open
before.
source. No, it's open source. Let me see if I can even send it.
All right, and whilst you're doing that, I just want you need to answer a question for me.
All right.
Where is it? Oh my god.
Yeah, it's open source. I just want to make sure.
Just give me 1 sec to find the thing I'm looking for.
Yeah, it's a pretty short one, man, but it'll do better than I can, and I'll see how you argue it. mean, I'm sure you got a response, but
Right,
to me, it's legitimate.
Right, so you are saying satellites are balloons. Well, then you need to explain this for me. An American satellite called GOES-3, or the Geostationary Operational Environmental Satellite System, was in operation for 38 years. Launched in 1978 and placed into a geostationary orbit, it was used for weather forecasting for the USA until, once unusable for its original design, it was repurposed as a communications satellite until it was decommissioned in 2016. The position of satellites can be tracked by literally anybody just using an app. I've got several on my phone. So you can confirm where satellites are, and it's actually still up there. And the position of a geostationary satellite means that it has to be 22,236 miles above the surface of the Earth, and it has to have a tangential speed of 1.91 miles per second. Under all known laws of physics, Brian, there is no balloons capable of reaching those heights or speed, let alone maintaining them for 38 years. Do you understand?
Yeah, I know, but look, man, there's obviously stuff up there. There might, but I got problems like with the ISS, man. It's, the record on the time viewed over here in North America, was 9 minutes. It's claimed to be moving at 17,500 miles an hour. So if I just say like the typical long view would be 8 minutes, and that's putting it over 2,500 miles, man. That's putting it from one coast to the other. That's putting it off the coast of California to off the coast of here in the Carolinas and shit, man. And
and there's no problem with that. Unless
problem.
you could wait, Brian. If you're claiming there's a problem with it, you need to show me the math to why there's a problem with that.
I mean, I have to find it, but it doesn't add up. But and also, why doesn't it shrink in angular size?
It does.
I was talking about the
no, it absolutely does.
No, it don't.
Astronomy
A little
Live.
dot from the beginning.
No, Astronomy Live recorded it actually doing that. Not only shrinking in angular size, but changing angle in compared to the camera as it went over. Just check out Astronomy Live's channel because he debunks that like instantly.
Yeah, I'm trying to find this video. Okay, I finally found this. I'm gonna send it. It's like I said, it's a short video. And let me see. I'm gonna send it to your email real quick. You know what? I couldn't find the. Okay, I'm just gonna send a short one. Let's see. Come on. Share. Email.
If a telescope is pointing at a star and both are stationary, then obviously the light comes straight.
Wait, the Michelson Gail wasn't even
What the heck?
a Aether.
Yeah, this
experiment.
ain't that. Why ain't it sending, man? This. Dude, my shit. Why ain't it coming up, man? All of a sudden, nothing works. Yeah, this is actually the other
Flatter
experiment. There's a
technology
few
at
of
its
them.
finest.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I had to just confirm what I was thinking. I thought I knew, but you're wrong about the Michelson Gail experiment because that wasn't even a similar experiment.
There's more than one interpretation, though, man. Using them transport. Would that be the logical step if you got a null result and all the conclusions say, well, we already know we're moving around the Earth, so now we can make all these transforms and shit. We can come up. What logical thinker comes up with the fact that's saying that the apparatus shrank, the arm and the apparatus shrank?
Einstein. He was a very smart guy.
It's not a logical
Can you tell me in your own words what does it mean to transform?
Yeah.
Can you tell me in your own words?
Dude,
what you
yeah,
think
you're gonna make it 7-6. You're gonna get 1-6 or something, and then turn it into 6-6. Dude, shut the fuck up, dude.
No, don't. Hey, whoa. No, Brian, hold the fuck up. Brian, hold the fuck up. Hold the fuck. Hey, shut up. Shut up. Brian, stop. Brian, stop.
Dude, all he's doing is questioning my personal knowledge.
Brian, will you stop? Brian, shut the fuck up. Oh my God, shut up. Brian, shut up. Brian, don't make me mute you. Don't make me mute you.
I'm not perfect with all the transforms,
Brian,
but I understand them, okay?
Brian, I'm going to mute you. If you don't shut up when I'm talking, I will mute you. Now fucking listen. Team asked you a simple question. Do not then go off at him like that, all right?
He asked me a question to try and to try and discredit me any way he can. Dude.
Well,
That's all he's trying to do the whole
he asked
show.
you a
I just wanted
question
to
to
know
see
this
what your
and
knowledge
everything
was.
else.
Man. He's a nasty person or something, bro.
You brought up transforms, and I would just like you to define in your own terms what a transform is.
Yeah, it's a simple.
Okay, you can
What does it mean to
what does it mean
to do a Lorentz Hold on.
Okay.
No, what does
So
it mean
you're
to do a
just
Lorentz
trying to
transformation?
discredit me. I know your little snaky ways. If you can transform fucking time and mass with dilation transforms, right? You can transform reflections. You can transform.
Brian,
fucking, I mean,
now listen
dude,
to the
hold on,
question.
man.
He asked you a specific question.
I hear the
What
question,
is
bro.
a
It's trying to take the 1/6 measured and turn it into the right amount.
No,
dude.
you're not listening.
That's not it.
Brian, listen. He asked you what specifically is a Lorentz transformation.
Okay.
Not even what's a Lorentz transformation. Just what does transformation mean?
Mixes the vectors. It's the math equation, which mixes the vectors with the absolute mass, okay, and transforms to mathematically show that we are moving in a frame of reference, bro. It's all about frames of reference.
Can I have some blue cheese dressing with that word salad, please?
Oh my god, dude. Oh my god.
Oh, you don't know what a transform is. All you had to say was you don't know what a transform is.
It's a transform, okay? Look, it's the same thing as like if you're trying to transform. It's a mathematical way to make something fit. If you ask me, it's math. It's just math. It's not good for nothing, dude. Yeah, you can laugh all you want. All it does is make something match something.
You brought up. No, hold on. Let me tell you why I'm laughing though, because I don't want.
What do you want
me
to do?
Just
Come hold your hand while I explain it,
because it's fun.
It boils down to
what I
reference
want you to
frames,
do is
know?
explain in your own words. Explain in your own words. It
No,
doesn't,
you
you
want
can't
me
just
to
say,
fail
I'm bringing up
so you can
transformations
tell
and
me how
then not be
stupid I
able to
am.
explain
That's
what a
what you want,
transformation is. Who brought up transformations? Who brought up transformations, me or you?
That's part of the explanation.
Explain it to
of
me
the
like I'm
experiment.
5. Explain it to me
Okay.
like I'm 5, what a transformation does.
Dude.
Don't just say it has to do with reference frames. Tell me what a transformation does.
Okay, let's say this. Let's say you take something, okay, and you want to stick it up your butt, right? But it don't fit, right? It doesn't fit. But you want to show mathematically that you can cram it up your ass. It doesn't
you're showing everybody that
you
you don't know
know
what
what
you're talking about. It's not me. Listen, it's not me that's showing.
Hold on, I'm gonna transform
it's
this
not
dick up
me
your ass.
that's showing that you don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
I'm just asking
you
the
want
right
this thing
question.
to work
You are
mathematically,
showing
right?
your own fucking
You want it to match.
stupidity.
You want it to match, right? So they need the math to match.
No,
so
that's
they
not what that means.
invented the transform equations. Okay, what's his name? George Laplace or whatever his name is. He came up with the Lorentz.
You don't even know how to say the guy's name?
Yeah,
Go
Laplace.
ahead.
Laplace.
I'm sorry. I don't want to give you a hard time about that. Go ahead. No shit. Maybe you should too, right? Don't you think so? Don't you fucking think if you're going to come up here and talk about it, you should be educated in it? I do.
Hey,
I am educated in it, bro.
If I didn't know what I was talking about, I would just shut the fuck up.
So Brian,
Dude,
if I said to you, hold on, Brian, let me
the common sense, man.
Brian,
you need a little common sense, and what part of that experiment would make
all right, Brian, hold on. We're not done with transform, right? All right, I want you to listen to the words that I'm saying.
So now we're debating transforms, right? Now we're debating transforms.
Will you shut up and listen?
So now it's a math debate.
Didn't you bring it up?
You brought up
Dude,
transform.
Transform.
Will you shut up and listen? Oh my God, I'm trying to talk. Bro. Shut up.
But you're trying to act like a transform proves something.
Will you shut up?
It does not.
Will you shut up? Right? Do you understand these words? A transform is a monotronic isomorphism from one coordinate range to another.
Dude, I could have fucking Wikipedia. I was trying to explain it.
Do you want to listen or?
Go ahead.
All right. A transform is a monotonic isomorphism from one coordinate range to another. Do you understand what that means?
Yeah, to make them fucking match, bro. To make them
fucking match, bro. Genius.
Dude,
well done.
Really, dude.
To make it fucking
Just
match,
saying, I
bro.
I could have Wikipedia'd it and played some fucking, I'm just trying to give you knowledge that I have, okay? I don't know it all, but I understand it, okay?
Guys.
If I haven't told you enough for you to at least acknowledge that I understand it, enough to debate it.
You don't understand it, though, in the slightest.
That's dishonest. Okay, listen here, though. Did you? Why don't you play that little short video, man? We can take a break.
What video? Oh, this one.
It's like
Ares' failure. Oh, goodness me.
Yeah.
You know Ares' failure actually was a failure because it failed to detect the ether, right?
Yeah, once they applied transforms to it. It failed. Everything failed
No.
that worked before. Yeah, you can transform it all, bro. You can't just stop there. Once you transform when you transform to time, you can't stop there.
That's a
Then you gotta
6-minute
transform
video,
to,
by the way. I'm not
mass,
playing
right?
the entire thing.
I mean, not mass. First, you got to transport. If you're going to transport the arm of the equipment, right? Then you got to say, why did it? If it shrank, then it had to get there quicker, right? So you got to dilate the time, right? Then you got to transform the time, right? And then if you transform the time, wait a minute. Then you got to transform the mass. It's just a snowball effect of crap, dude. If you ask me, yeah, the math works and transforms the stuff to a certain degree. Team Skeptic, it transforms exact.
So, can you tell me?
I stopped listening to you.
Oh, no. I asked one question. That's my first question I've asked him. Are transforms exact math, team?
Yeah, you can transform. Yeah, if you have an exact knowledge of a system and a coordinate system, you can do a transform to a new coordinate system. Yes, exact.
So you can mix variables exactly, right? God, you're so dishonest, bro.
What do you
in
mean
what way
by
is he
you can
dishonest?
mix variables exactly? Do you know? Oh, hold on. Do you know what a space-time globe is?
Are radians fucking
Do you know what a
exact now?
space-time globe? Hold on.
Are radians exact now, dude?
Do you know
Are
what a
radians
space-time
exact?
globe is?
You're not honest, bro. I don't even
Okay.
want to talk to you. You're not fucking
What do you
honest.
mean a radian? What the question you're
I'm just
asking
saying,
is
I'm just
poorly
bringing up.
formed.
I'm
What do
just
you mean
bringing up random
are
shit.
radians
DF40Y
exact?
guys.
Are you
2020?
saying
Yeah,
like?
well, when we
Yeah, are you saying that
Like in
90
trig.
degrees
In trig, or radians,
is
are they
exactly
exact math,
pi
bro?
radians? Yes.
is angular measurements
Yeah,
exact
the 90
math, bro?
degrees is pi radians.
Oh
Yes.
my God!
90
Yeah,
degrees
yeah,
is
yeah.
pi
So
radians.
sphe-
I'm sorry.
spherical trigonometry.
180 degrees is pi radians.
So wait.
So-
So angular.
I said that wrong.
No. 360. But look.
So
you
getting
can
back
get
to
yourself-
No,
the next
360 I
thing
believe is 2 pi.
the next thing you brought up was Aries failure.
2 pi
So
dude, now you're talking about fucking. You're talking about getting volume and shit of a fucking sphere, dude.
No,
This is
you asked if. Hold on. Shut up. Listen. Listen.
I
You just
you
asked.
if
Shut up and
transform
listen.
was
Brian,
You
shut
just
up.
asked
You
if
lied, bro.
radians were existent. Hold on. You just asked
No,
if
I said a
radians were
radian's
exact. I
exact.
said yes. I said yes. 180 degrees
then I
is
asked
exactly
you-
pi radians. Yes or no?
Right.
Yes or
But then
no?
I asked
180
you- then I
degrees
asked you
is
if-
exactly pi radians. Okay, then radians are exact. That's the answer to that.
I'll give you that. Yeah, you answered that. And then I asked you, as fucking distance measurements through trigonometry, are they exact?
are distance
Like,
measures through
you're talking
trigonometry
about, like-
exact?
Yeah, like using
Yeah,
trig
like,
to
what
get
do you
angular
mean by
measurements.
that
Is
question?
it exact? I mean, is it exact? Like 1 + 1 is exactly 2. Is it exact?
Yes,
Yeah.
in Euclidean geometry, it's always going to be exact. Yes, that's why it's that's why it's a field of mathematics. But let's say you're talking about like planar geometry will be different than spherical geometry, for instance. But
Yeah,
they're both
I would say
exact in their
planar
own.
geometry. Yeah,
Right.
would be the exact aspect of it if you want to look at it like that. But man, I'll be honest, man. I really didn't come here to debate
Look
math,
at what,
man.
like what?
I had a few.
You didn't come here to debate, man.
I had a few points.
What's that dude from?
Are you willing to? It doesn't come down to that, though, man. The experiment really doesn't come down to that, man. That's like
boy, I'll tell
a
you
side
what.
road. Yeah.
So right,
Hey,
let's talk about
can you
Aries
play that
failure.
experiment? Let the audience
Well,
know?
before I play it, I want to ask you: can you tell me what Aries failure experiment, what the actual experiment was? I'd like to know that.
Yeah, to
you
see which
understand.
moving, the stars or the ground, right? So
No.
in other words,
No, it
if
wasn't.
Listen.
That's not what it was for, though. That's
Yeah,
not what
it
the
was.
experiment was. No, it
Okay,
wasn't.
listen.
No,
It was to detect the ether.
no. Yeah, but how was it to detect the ether?
Look, Craig. there's
Was
more
it to
than one
detect
way
the ether, or
interpret
was it to
shit, bro.
detect the
If
stars
something-
or
just
Earth
let me say
moving?
something real quick, bro.
Which one was it?
If something is not your interpretation, bro, that doesn't mean no.
No,
There
no.
are
I'm
other
not going
ways
with
to interpret
interpretation. I'm
things,
going
bro.
with facts.
You're going with your science, bro.
No,
And
I'm
you
going
even
with
said
the facts
science
from
don't
the
prove
experiment, not the flat Earth twist on it. Now, you brought up the Aries failure, so tell me, was it to try and detect the Aether, or was it to detect the movement of the stars
Ether,
versus
man.
the ground? Which one was it?
It's saying, they added the ether twist to it. If you ask me, you want to call.
Well,
it
I'm not
the
asking you. I'm asking for
the
actual
lumina-
facts.
You call it the
So
luminescent. If you wanna
it was
call
to detect the ether.
luminiferous ether.
Dude, it was a simple
that's up to you,
question.
bro.
Dude, it was a simple question. What was the experiment to detect the ether, or was it to detect the movement of the stars versus the movement of Earth? Which one was
Same thing, dude.
No, it's not.
Same thing, and it kind of. I mean,
So,
pretty much.
Please tell me the methodology of the experiment.
Dude, the reference frame is talking about
Dude,
the stars,
no.
Bro,
listen
okay?
to the
pause
words.
Ether if you want to,
Listen
but
to
wait,
the
is
words
it
coming out of my.
the fucking ether, dude?
Stop flapping your lips and listen to the words coming out of my mouth.
I'm just
Please,
saying, dude. Come on,
no,
man.
You're just saying a bunch of nothing. Now listen. Please explain the methodology behind the experiment.
Play the video. Play the video.
I'm not asking for. I will play it, but I want you to explain to me the methodology behind the Ares failure experiment first.
Obviously, I have no idea. Obviously, right? Obviously,
that's
that's
what I'm trying to understand. So,
they're pointing their telescope at the ether, I guess, bro.
Right. So
I guess they're checking the tilt. You know, they're checking the tilt of the ether to see.
They're checking the tilt of the ether.
The light speed.
They're checking oh my God, fuck's sake.
I mean, what do you want to hear? Just a bunch of
bullshit?
bullshit?
I want you to actually explain what the experiment was, because you've no fucking clue. Right, by means
of... said you cut me off, dude.
You said a bunch of stuff about...
Okay, in a nutshell. In a nutshell, okay?
Go on then.
He takes a telescope, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And he said normally you have to angle, you know, I don't know if it's exactly, he says 5 degrees, but I don't know about that. It depends on the telescope. But so let's just say your telescope, you have a 5-degree tilt, okay, to the star. Your telescope, and line it up 5 degrees, right? He takes one, okay, and does that. Then he takes another telescope. He fills it up with water, right? Okay. Then he moves the telescope. So he's got them both lined up at a star. They're next to each other. They point the exact same star. You with me? Okay. Mm-hmm. You follow me so far?
Yeah.
Okay. Now he puts them in motion, right? He puts them in motion. Both of them, the one with water, and they're still pointed at the exact star. So there it is. So then you draw your conclusions from it. So if you have to tilt your satellite, your telescope anymore, then that means pretty much that the star is moving. It's the star moving. But if the light has already left the star, independent of the star, if the light, so that's where they
left the star independent of the star.
Yeah, that's where they pertain to the ether. In other words,
what they were doing, because I don't think you really know.
Dude, you're asking me. I'm trying to teach you something, dude. You don't even want to hear it.
No, I mean you're saying so many words.
This is the common layman's interpretation of this, dude. Anyway, here it comes down to this. They did not have to tilt the telescope anymore. The light came. Okay, so in other words, the theory was if the Earth is moving, they should have to tip the telescope an additional however many degrees, because of the speed of light. But pretty much, it's coming from the star. In other words,
so wrong.
Man, how do I explain this, dude?
So wrong.
If he tips the telescope, it pretty much proves in a simple way, man. If he doesn't have to tip the telescope, then the light propagates independent of the source. Okay, I won't say star this time. Then, but the star is the source. That's why I said star.
I need to stop you because you're so wrong. Again, it wasn't to test if the Earth was moving.
It's common sense, dude.
It's not common sense.
Right,
you're getting the entire experiment wrong. It's very simple. Through means of a water-filled telescope, they look for a change in stellar aberration through the refracting water due to Aether drag. The same as with Cosmology, the drag that the Earth would apparently cause on the Aether whilst rotating around the star would change the speed of light from certain reference frames. But like all other Aether drift experiments, he obtained a negative result, which is why it is called Ares failure. Do you understand?
That is insane, bro. Okay.
No, that's the actual facts behind it.
Common sense should tell you. Okay.
Common sense tells me you don't know what you're talking about. You haven't the first clue what you're talking about.
Common sense tells me that if I make a device to measure the Earth's speed and it shows that I'm not moving, the answer is it's not moving. Okay?
It wasn't trying to measure the Earth's speed, so I don't know what you're talking about.
How long did it take them to come up with the transforms necessary for relativity? How long did it take them to put that shit together collectively?
Probably quite a while.
To abolish ether. How long did it take them to abolish ether mathematically?
Irrelevant. I'm going to ignore the question.
It's a good question though, man.
No, it's not a good question. It's a completely irrelevant question. Right, shut up, Brian, because what you keep doing is you get proven wrong and then try and talk about something else. You were
wrong. Proven wrong, bro?
Because you don't even know what the Ares failure experiment was for. I've just explained it to you,
dude,
and your response. Shut up! Shut the fuck up! Stop interrupting me! Stop interrupting! I'm going to mute you if you interrupt me.
You got no common sense,
okay,
man.
I'm going to mute you then. You don't know how to shut
Calm
up.
down, Karen. Calm down, Karen.
Brian,
Okay,
now,
let the
if you
adults
don't
talk.
shut
Go
up
ahead,
when I'm
Pike.
trying to talk, I will mute you. Do you want? No, you're still shouting. Brian, listen.
Go ahead.
Shut up when I'm talking, or I'm going to mute you. Next time you overtalk me, you just get muted instantly. Do you understand?
I'm done with this childish bullshit, bro.
You're acting like a
When you
child.
want to
You
let me
realise
talk,
that?
Oh,
I'll
you're
come
going to
back.
be a globe
When you
earther?
want to get
Oh,
rid of team
you're
and let me
finally going
talk,
to be
I'll
a
come
globe
back.
earther?
We have a
Nice.
moderator.
Nice.
This is
So
not
are
a debate.
are you going to shut the fuck
I'll
up and let me
moderate
talk?
for
Yeah,
you.
you call it whatever you want, bro. This is childish.
Are you going to run
bullshit.
away
When
now?
we got a moderator.
Are you going to run away like
When
a
we
little
have
baby?
a neutral moderator,
Oh,
I will
someone
debate
call
you. I will
Wambulance.
smash you, bro.
Wambulance needed for
Okay?
for
Calm down,
Brian.
Karen.
I invite
Calm
you
down,
to
Karen.
have a
Are you going to
debate
run away, little
on
boy? You going to run away?
Yeah, I'm gonna run away. Yeah, I'm a
Oh,
little boy.
look at
Yep,
him
yep,
run!
yep.
As
All right,
soon
this
as
is stupid,
he gets
You won't be
challenged
the
and
first one this year.
can't
Dude,
deal with me
your
being muted because he
moderator
won't talk.
jumped on
Oh,
me out of
look
the
at
gate. This is
little
stupid, bro. It's
baby,
childish. Okay, call me a baby if you
running
want.
I
I'm a
wasn't a
baby.
moderator.
I'm a baby. Yeah, I'm a baby.
Why did you think I was a
Anyway, my
moderator?
invitation
Why did you think
extend.
I
I
was a
extend the
moderator?
invitation to.
I'm
If you
here
get
whenever
another moderator.
I'm
I
here
will
whenever you
come
want.
back.
I'm here whenever you want, little baby. If you want to run away, that's
All
up
right.
to you.
Look, you got my email. If you want to have a debate with a neutral moderator,
Oh, if you want to run away, then you
straight-
lose the debate.
The
That's up
fact
to
of the matter
you.
is, we're both behaving like idiots.
If you want to
Despite
run
what you
away
think,
right
we're
now,
both
that's
acting
fine. I'm
like
trying to
dumbasses.
talk to you, but every time I
It's
talk,
a
you
shit
overtalk
show,
me.
man. And,
Are you
we
gonna
can get
go?
you back up, calm down and shit.
Are you gonna
I
run
will
away?
debate you, bro.
Are you
if
going?
invite me back. But we gotta have
This
a neutral
counts as one of my
moderator,
rage quits for the year.
All right, yeah, you can count as a rage quit.
So
But,
I've been
like
trying
I
to ask
said,
you a
I
question for
got no
ages,
problem with
but
you,
you
man.
just keep no.
Man, I just
Every time I talk, he just doesn't stop. Are you unaware how
Dude,
conversations
go back.
work?
You never let me finish one sentence, bro. It's insane, dude.
Are you unaware how conversations work? Where one person talks
I
and then the
never
other
even
person
got out of
talks.
my opening remarks without getting called an idiot, bro. What is that, man? You know?
So
Don't say idiotic shit.
You want to call it a rage quit? That's fine. I'm trying
Are
to
you-
extend the invitation. Say,
Are you
man, I
gonna?
appreciate the
No,
invitation.
I've been
man.
trying to talk for a few minutes about Aries failure, and you keep just
Dude, I'm not
overtalking
gonna
me.
do this where I can't even talk, bro. I'll do it with a different moderator who can control.
Well, I've been
us
trying to
both,
talk
man,
to you.
and, somebody
Like, team
fair.
hasn't said anything for
And,
ages,
with
but every
team
time I
not
talk,
here,
you
okay?
overtalk me.
If you want it, you got it. If not, I'm sorry, bro.
Are you
okay?
gonna?
If you want me to
Right,
rage
are you
quit,
gonna
it's
let
fine.
me carry on with what I'm saying, or are you gonna run away?
I'm gone, dude. You're not letting me talk, bro. I'm gone. But look, man,
I've
I'll
been
do it
trying to
any other
talk, and you
time
keep
want, man.
overtalking me.
But it's gonna have to be a fair moderator or not. You can hate me, whatever, bro. You can hate my guts,
Or you could
whatever,
just
man.
stay there for a
I'm just
minute
trying
and
to say,
listen
I
to what I've
will
been
do it when
trying
we
to
can both
say.
talk. I'm not doing this,
Brian, will
Dude,
you fucking
I'm too old
listen?
for this shit, bro. I'm not
Brian,
do this.
act like an adult
We're
and
talking
listen
over
for
each
2
other.
seconds.
We're acting like idiots because team got us riled up right off the bat. Bro.
Brian,
Stupid.
I'm trying to talk. Will you stop for 2 minutes? Act like an adult, please. Right?
I'm not doing this, bro. I'm
Right,
not
now
doing
shush.
this, man. I'll let you talk. I'll
Brian.
let you talk, and then I gotta go. Say your closing
Right.
statements.
You don't need to run away because we haven't finished, right? We're talking
I'm
about
not doing this with team here,
Oh
bro.
my God.
This is...
Will you shut up and let me talk? And just then respond, okay? We were talking about Aries failure. Aries failure was an Aether drag test and it was negative. That's the end of the discussion about that. There is no interpretation.
I'm just saying the whole debate's been shut up and let you talk. That's crazy, dude.
Well, no,
Need a neutral platform or neutral moderation at least.
See, every time, I literally stopped to let you respond then, and you just started blabbing nothing. All right?
I didn't even hear you, man. It cut out.
Right. Are you listening? Is he gone?
Can you hear me, dude? I'm having troubles here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, refresh your link.
You're going to have to repeat that, bro. I need you to repeat that.
Right. Aries failure, like all other Aether drag tests, showed that the Aether didn't exist. It was a negative result. That's why it's called Aries failure.
Yeah, but what did the experiment literally show? Okay,
that there is no Aether drift. That there is no apparent...
Look,
no, wait, you just asked me...
Ether
You
is
just asked me a question. Let me answer. You asked me a question. Let me answer. All right?
Okay.
It measured that there was no apparent change in light due to a drag in the Aether. That's what it measured. It's as simple as that.
So they got a null result.
They got a null result showing that there was no Aether.
How are you saying there was Ether in the experiment, bro? You're giving me the results. I want what happened in
I'm not saying there was Aether in the experiment. The test was an Aether drag test.
What I'm saying is, what did they do in the experiment? Can you explain what you think they did?
I told you.
No, you're bringing up Aether. Aether is a conclusion, a
No,
foregone
it's not.
conclusion, bro.
No,
It's
no.
part of the, okay,
The test was
it's
to
part of the
test for Aether
interpretation of the
drag.
hypothesis.
That was what the test was.
So how do they do that, bro? You can't even detect Aether, right? There was no
That's
Aether,
what
right?
they were testing.
Why are they retesting it? Wait, didn't they abolish Aether? Why would they retest it?
Because some people wanted to do more tests.
It just showed no motion, bro.
Same reason
And that's
people...
No,
why
it didn't.
Sam
No, it
got
didn't show no
People
motion
doing
because
the
it wasn't
test
testing
now.
the motion of the Earth.
Brian.
I'm sorry, Aries
Zag
failure. Brian,
Brian.
hold on. Aries failure can't show
Let me
no
speak real
motion
quick.
because it wasn't testing the motion of the Earth.
Hey, let me speak
Yeah,
real
but-
quick. They actually, Brian, this is for you. They actually have scientists that are in today's era of physics that are trying to test ether theory. Okay, it's not gone. It's been scientifically disproven, but there are people out there who think that there is still something to the theory, and they are still testing it to this day. It's not successful, but it doesn't mean people have stopped trying.
Yeah, and also, Aries failure was done before the Michelson-Morley experiment. Brian, you there? Has he left?
I mean, I wasn't mean to him that time. I was actually pretty nice. I
Nope.
was trying to give him,
He's actually gone.
to show support that there are still scientists that are trying to test ether theory, but
My
none
God.
of them are successful.
Like him like going, oh, well, I can't have a debate. You're not acting like you won't let me talk. But like every time I tried to speak, he literally interrupted me. Like, man, flat earthers are all fucking idiots.
That's why I threw the... Yeah, that's why I put the wig on him. He was already demanding to speak to a moderator.
To speak to my manager. Might as well be Karen. All right, there we go then, guys. That was Brian Leakey. Kind of went as I expected it to, really. Why don't I read the super chats that you guys have sent? And as always, the amount of support is amazing. There was over like 950 here at one point, nearly 1,000 people. Thank you very, very much. And the support via super chats and everything is incredible. And I know not everybody can support me financially and stuff, but if you want to help the channel and you're not able to super chat or become a member, the best way that you can actually help is to share my stuff on Facebook, etc. So, yeah, Facebook, Twitter, all the social medias. If you spread the word about FTFE, it will help me grow. There's a lot of super chats, so let's just get into this. The plot hole for $2 says FTFE and team friendly reminder. Yeah, we meant to do that yesterday, but we totally forgot after the show. So maybe we'll do it tonight after the show and get that thing done for you. Ilya Moon for $5 says, FTFE, this will be easy for you. All Brian does is yell and throw tantrums and not stop talking, apparently. Glass Monster for $2 says, can I join the dumpster fire? No, dude, not tonight. Iki Woodburn for $5 says, just showing my support. Thank you for the great entertainment. Thank you very much, Iki. I do appreciate it. Bella Charge for $2 New Zealand says, God, not 11 minutes of dumbass. Yes, Brian was extremely dumb. Vengeance 0100 for £4.99 says, stop going live while I'm on nights, goddammit, lol. Well, can't you just like have me on in the background? I like to keep everyone entertained while they're working. Jessica G for $2 says, Paulie D thinks a lot, doesn't he? Or does he? Paulie D? What's that about, team?
I was not paying attention. Sorry, I was working on a meme.
All right, then. Ilya Moon for $2 says, Jersey called and they want their hair back, Brian. I know, right? You see the picture he sent me for him? That's just ridiculous. Oh, yeah, you do. Actually, let me put your screen up because that's a very good representation of Brian.
Oh, it's about to get better, too. There we go. Should have already changed.
There we go. Nice. GPS.
Science and stuff, dude. Bro, SpaceX, I think it's fake, bro. I can't hear you, bro. Come on, my mom's calling. My mom wife is calling.
Oh, Nathan.
Dude, he got so mad. You're attacking my wife. How the fuck am I attacking your wife? For all I know, you could be playing a fucking robot in the background and making it look like you have a wife.
It was clearly
just
his mum, anyway.
Accept it for what it is. It was.
Yeah.
Is that or his wife smokes fucking cigars?
GPS became a new member. Thank you very much. As Nathan Thompson is in the chat, and you're now a member, you can use the groovy emojis of Nathan Thompson in jail. Let's give Nathan a bunch of those.
He's in jail.
Yeah.
I mean, he's in the chat.
He is in the
Deserves
chat.
to be in jail.
He loves me.
Yay.
Nathan watches all of my stuff. Thank you, Nathan, for
There
the
you go,
constant
Nathan.
support.
Here you go, Nathan. This is for you, bud. There you go.
Jessica G for $2 says, this guy was Brock Lesnar's first rejected child. Oofed. Jessica G for $2 says, hey, Stone Cold Steve Austin Jr., it's been 1 minute. Jessica G, you're awesome. Elia Moon for $2 says, when did Cena and Snooki have a baby? Oh, fuck me. Jessica G for $2 says, hey, Brian, say, and that's the bottom line. He rage quit. Digital Demonic Davros for $5 Australian dollars says, cherry picking like a Texas sharpshooter. Yeah, they can take all the articles and quote bits all they want, but they would never read the entire thing. They just read a quote and then draw a conclusion from that.
Let me explain that. So we have the ability to physically measure the energy density of a vacuum, right? And we also have the ability to calculate it. And the calculations versus the observed measured vacuum or energy density is off by a factor of 10 to the 120th. Okay, so that is what they mean when they say the biggest problem in cosmology right now is that there's this discrepancy behind what the theory predicts and what we actually observe. So he had no idea what he was talking about there when he just said, "Oh, the cosmological problem." Yeah, you just fucking pulled that off of an article. 100%.
Yeah, that's the Gleam handbook.
He couldn't
right
even
there.
explain. Oh my god, that's when I got upset and I was like, no, you are not going to misrepresent this goddamn science.
You were just getting me back for triggering JM on your channel, weren't you?
Yeah.
Right. Let's get back to the super chats. Oh, it's just jumped on me.
Sorry, I'm reading. I was reading the chat. Sorry about that.
That's all right. Oh my god, guys, so many super chats. Thank you. Then we get down to Irish Demon for $2.99 Australian. Boomhauer for King of the Hill is a flat earther. Yeah, that's who I was trying to think of. Yeah, well, goddamn it, I'm gonna do it. Still doing it. Brilliant. Jessica G for $2 says, Team Skeptic, Brian is about to give you a stunner, a stone cold stunner. Gently Channel for £2 says, and it starts. Yeah, the dumpster fire definitely went off, didn't it? And Bella Charge for $2 New Zealand says, that's right, team, use no lube. Gel Truth for $1.99.
And there were people in the chat trying to tell me to let him talk. Are you kidding me? He already got a chance to talk. I didn't even say nothing until about 6 or 7 minutes into his of everything being wrong. It wasn't until he got to the cosmological problem. He had already said that general relativity and special relativity were wrong. And I just bit my tongue on that. Anybody that knows that if I'm going to be a part of the debate, you should just understand that I'm not going to let them get away with bullshit. This isn't a real debate. If we set it up to have a specific time, we give them the time. When they come on and just talk, yeah, they can eat shit. When they say something wrong, I'm going to point out they're fucking wrong.
Yeah, if you don't want to be pointed out
just
wrong,
as I would expect anybody to do for me.
JL Truth for $1.99 says, raw dog this brainless Flerf team. No, team went hardcore on him. Jessica G for $2 says, Brian, say, I'm going to open up a can of whoop ass. No, I'll try and get him to say him next time that I talk to him. Stinger News 1 for $5 says, Florida man tries to fight the internet, loses. Florida Karen.
Right.
Not Florida man, Florida Karen. Look at him. Jail Truth for $4. Jail Truth for $4.99 says, Brian, say, Concrete 316 says I'm an idiot. Jazzback Lebroni for £1.99 says, late to the debate, gonna watch from the start. Well, you've got an explosive one to listen to. Jessica G for $2 says, this is why I want to smash bottoms with Team Skeptic. I think we need to set you two up.
Who said that?
Jessica.
Oh. Yo.
Angel Gary
yeah, I'll set that up for you, Jessica. We'll do it online.
On his Pornhub account.
Yeah, exactly.
Angel Gary for $4.99 says, you are quoting every scientist that says the Earth is moving around the sun. Dumpster fire much? Absolutely. Gel True for $1.99 says, caution, first 3 rows may get wet or set on fire. Outlaw Jer for $2 Canadian says, ask NSYNC how much puka shell necklaces he owns. My God, he really does look like he could be in a late 90s boy band, doesn't he? Peter's Prime for $5 Australian says, OMG, where did you find this yokel? Sounds like he needs to go back to gator hunting. Ex Jezekai for $5 says, just got here. I came into a screaming skeptic. FTFE showing the dumpster fire gif. BRB getting popcorn and marshmallows to roast this fire. We do like to entertain you guys. JL True for $1.99 says, interpretation is the new perspective. I know. It's just your interpretation of the results, man. No, they're the actual results, not my interpretation of them. Sign Step for $5 says, arguing about century-old experiments, sigh. Well, I guess is better than arguing relative density or radiation from the sun being hot. I know, I wanted to get pinning down a lot more things, but he's rage quit number 13, I think, for the year. Jessica G for $2 says, watch out, team. Good old JR threw him a chair. Stringer News 1 for $5 says, stick to concrete and concrete accessories, Brian. Don't tell me he's in construction. I don't want him fucking building anything that I have to live in.
Oh, he said he was surveying. That's what he said he was.
He's a surveyor.
Which we did not get to. That's what he said.
Fuck me, that's dangerous.
That's what he said in the thing. I wrote it down. The moment he said it, I was like, oh God. I gotta ask him if he knows what fucking spherical excess is.
Robeeb for $2, a quote from Brian, I would rather die than learn. Yeah, absolutely. I'd rather die than learn your pseudoscience, team.
Right.
Fucking idiot.
Oh, when he said, I'd rather chop my head off, I'll sharpen the axe and put it in your hand.
I know,
and
right?
put the fucking, make sure we put a fucking thick-ass stump underneath you.
Mr. Unite for the Children for $2 says, just got back. Glad to see it's going well. Great Circle for £5 says, time to stop trying to debate deeply complex cosmological semantics. Need to pull Flerfs back to aspects like, where does the sun go? And prove it. Yeah, you're right. Flerfs are doing anything they can to dance around obvious things like, where does the sun go? Where's the edge of the earth? Why can we measure the curve? John Rapp for $2 Australian. Everyone please say hi to John Rapp in the correct way. Brian, it's a discussion, not back of the job site. Some Belgian dude for €6.66, Hail Sagan. Team, I'd appreciate if you let people be stupid for longer before you start shouting. It's much more fun to hear they're stupid than you shouting. No, he needed to be shouted at there, dude, honestly. What you don't understand is me and team deal with this stupid day in, day out. Sometimes we have to let it loose.
Okay, we got people saying concrete flowing contractor is what he said he was. But I also had heard him say he did surveying, so maybe maybe he was just mentioning that he did surveying and passing or something, or that he does that with the concrete pouring. But I just heard him say that he did surveying.
I don't want him doing anything with building materials, honestly. Peter's Prime for $2 Australian says, is ignorance bliss to these Flerfs? Yeah, they must live in absolute bliss. Badron88 for $2 Australian says, I don't believe your science. All Flerfs ever. Absolutely. Mitch Gardner for £2 says, what the fuck have I just walked in on? Dumpster fire. That's what you walked in on. JL True for $1.99 says, for some reason, B. Rye, I don't believe you. No, I don't believe him either. Coaster Chaser for $2 says, like the fucking video, bro. Good or bad. Yeah, everyone, there's 690 of you watching right now, so everyone smash that like button for me. Jackalope Herdmaster for $5 says, hit the like button if you haven't done so yet. This debate deserves all the likes. Thank you. Label is fun for $10 says, fact, before the interferometer, Michelson measured the speed of light to the most accurate possible at that time. The interferometer was a direct result of Michelson knowing the speed of light. Yeah, they never know the actual proper experiment and what it represents. They just know the flat earth interpretation of it. God's Auditor for $2 says, Deep State Pizza Gate Large Fries Chocolate Shake. Peter's Prime for $2 Australian says, Brian, you are ignorant. It's okay though. It's not okay to be ignorant. It's really not. These people should not be this ignorant. It's not allowed. I hate it. Then we've got Gail. Oh, sorry, it's just jumped to me again. One sec. Where is it? There we go. Jacane726 for $5 says, disproving one thing does not prove another. Jail Truth for $4.99 says, man, I'm in the middle of a debate. I'm totally schooling these guys. No, you're not. Jail Truth for $4.99 says, don't talk about my girl, bro. I'll punch your daylights out. Now make like a tree and get out of here. I know he didn't like the fact that we were talking about his mum wife. Except, don't bring your mum wife onto the stream if you don't want her to be talked about, right? David Keller for $5 says, team or FTFE, if you look at a golf course, there is a slight curve towards the course. The gravity affects the golf ball. Okay, if you say so. Petemus Prime for $5 Australian says, can Brian spit the tobacco out of his mouth when he's talking, please? Irish Demon for $2.99 Australian says, I absolutely cannot wait to break this down. Please do. You always do good breakdowns, Irish Demon. Gallas Ravo for $10 Australian says, what is it with flat earthers being berated live by their significant others for their stupidity? Is it a kink? I feel sorry for people that live with flat earthers. I honestly do. PhD Tony for $5 Australian says, I feed the cockatoos and galas outside my apartment. Even the cresting pigeons are substantially brighter than Brian. That's true. Cypher Zero for $2 Australian says, brain dead doesn't have credibility to anything. Dennis Real, for $5 Australian says, not all hillbillies, hashtag, because team's okay, I guess. And then Gallows Ravo also became a new member. Thank you very much. John Rapp for $2 Australian says, Brian can only process up to 10 words at a time. I know. Jessica G for $2 says, listen, bro, Transformers or GoBots, bro. Dude. Transformers kick GoBots' ass. Jackalope Herdmaster for $5 says, to sum up this debate so far, Legend, wait for it, Derry. And then Gently's Channel for £2 says, make it fucking match, bro. Yeah, he doesn't understand Transforms at all. Mega Chan for $9.99 says, I have a great amount of respect for FTFE. Anyone can live with chronic pain without seeking the relative bliss of opioids is a strong person. Anyone who gives you crap can come see me. Yeah, I do live with chronic pain, and it fucking sucks. Thank you for your support. Cygnus Step for $5 says, I agree with Mail Chan. I have had chronic pain and relied on opioids for relief. Not a good result. I almost turned to heroin, and thank Christ I didn't. Yeah, opioids sucked. I was on them for about a decade, and I'm so glad I'm off them now. Derek Watson gave me $1 without saying anything, thank you. And then for $2, he says, this guy doesn't understand any science. That's every flat earther ever. Stinger News 1 for $2 says, Brian Leakey for Sea Lion of the Year. Oh, yeah, he was doing a bit of sea lioning. And then Jeff Roberts for $9.99 says, Brian, what part of science is common sense is part of the scientific method? Is it its own branch of science? Is bra a common sense scientific term? Cygnus Step for $2 says, Brian had 20 minutes on the beginning. Crybaby, I know. He talked for ages without being interrupted, without saying anything, and then didn't like when we interrupted his stupidity. Cypher Zero for $2 Australian says, moderator! And then NA for $6.66, Hail Sagan says, still hate you both, and we hate you too. Commander Darklight for $30.99 Australian. Thank you very much. Congrats on the rage quit. I know, each one is a badge of honour. Derek Watson for $5 says, really want to join you guys in the conversation soon. You guys are awesome. Yeah, I think Team and I are planning some kind of subscriber stream where we get you guys on to chat. Illuminous Pooh for $2 says, he needs a brown ring for head up his butt corp. That is not a corp I want part of. Cypher Zero for $5 says, my super chat bot is broken, but brain dead Brian doesn't have any credibility to... And then nothing else. Graham Price for $2 says, for £2, sorry, Nathan and Brian are complete bellends, that is all. It is true, they are bellends. That was fun tonight, wasn't it, team?
Yeah.
I mean, fun's a relative term, I guess.
These guys, yeah, they bore me. I mean, they're just stupid people.
Extremely stupid people.
They're stupid, and
people do like us calling them
they're always
stupid,
vile ass fucking thing. Like, Yeah, I mean, all I was doing was pointing out he didn't know what the fuck he was talking about. He's the one that got triggered, and yeah, so what? I'll fucking match it. I don't give a shit, first off. You guys don't fucking want... Y'all want to hear people baby these guys? Fine, don't listen to me, okay? Because I'm not going to fucking baby those guys. I stand on my own 2 feet, and I stand behind what I believe in. And these people disrespecting the scientists that came before us, people that I respect... See, I don't respect sports players and all these... I respect, like, intelligent people. So when people attack people like who help our scientists today, when people attack people like Richard Feynman, Einstein, Newton, I do take personal offense to that. And if they're going to do that, then I'm going to correct them, and I'm not going to be polite about it. Sorry, not sorry.
Sorry, not
These
sorry. Yeah,
fucktards
absolutely.
don't care. You heard what I did tonight. I tried to explain to him the very basic concept of pions and how they explain special relativity, which he had just fucking got through saying was bullshit. And not just pions from anywhere. No, we create them here on Earth. So it's not like we're just, using, observational data from a random event. No, we create them on Earth. We measure them. We know what the fuck we're talking about when it comes to special relativity and general relativity and quantum mechanics, which you brought quantum mechanics up. Don't fucking do that. It has no relevance to the shape of the Earth, and you definitely, if you don't understand special relativity, okay, if you don't understand what a fucking transform is or how to explain it to a 5-year-old, explain it to me like I'm in middle school. That's what I want them to start doing. And I want to see if they can give it to me in such a basic format that's also still right. And they can't because they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. It's not my fucking fault. And if you want to see, if you're here to watch the Flerf be walked up to the stage and given a science book, well, you're in the wrong fucking place.
Yeah. We don't stand for
At least with me,
here.
you are. No, we don't.
But it's been fun, guys, as always. I do love doing this for you. Even though Flat Earthers never bring anything new, I don't think I'll ever get bored of bringing them on to parade their stupidity around. Back to the guy at the beginning, Tom Jenkins. Yeah, you're a fucking piece of shit. I served my country. You're probably one of the people that are too cowardly to go and do that yourself. So you have to try and attack people that have done it and try and claim that we haven't. I've shown evidence I'm in the military. Not that I need to prove anything to anybody. I won't be showing my degree certificates or my discharge papers or anything because I don't have to prove anything to any of you fucking intellectual peons. My knowledge is a demonstration that I've got a degree in physics. That's all you need to fucking know. Your knowledge is evidence that you can eat crayons for breakfast and purple is probably your favorite flavor. So, yeah, don't come fucking around. And my conversation with that guy started because I posted saying I got 35,000 subs, yay, on my community profile, right? On my community tab. And he was like, 35,000, that's fucking nothing. There's cat videos with hundreds of thousands of subscribers. And I'm like, yeah, whatever, that's just something a fucking jealous person says. Then after a while, he's like, I've got a channel with 100,000 subs. I'm going to do a video about how you're an internet bully and never were in the military. Bitch, don't fucking lie to me. Whatever. But on that note, it's been fun. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please subscribe to Team Skeptic if you're not. He's putting out a whole bunch of videos recently, and they're all amazing. His Karen videos have been killing it. I've got a new video out soon. Let me show you the thumbnail for it. And team, I'm working on that bit for you. I should have that with you within a few days. Did you say that you wanted me to do another bit than just the bit you sent me, though?
Oh, for that, I'll get back to you on that, because I still need to hear back from one person. So, until I hear back from that one person, I don't know if I'll have one part or two parts. But I do, the first part that I sent you, I still need you to work on.
Well, here's the thumbnail for my next video that's going to be out in the next couple of days. Right, the Chad went absolute fucking mental. And it's going to be a very, very fun video. It's my first Karen video, and it's on a male Karen. If anyone doesn't know, Right the Hand got beaten up by a woman, which is always fun. Anyway, thank you very much for joining me tonight, guys. Thank you for the super chats and the support. And there's over 400 likes. There was 950 of you watching it. It blows my mind, the support all the time. So thank you for coming along and having fun with me as always. Best way to support the channel, like I said, is to share my stuff on Facebook and everything. Couple more super chats quickly. David Keller for $5 says, FTFE, thank you for your service in your military. I don't require thanks. I didn't do it for thanks, but I appreciate the support. I did it because I wanted to, and it was the right thing to do. Glass Monster for $2 Canadian says, I have 30 subs. Everyone's got to start somewhere, bud. Thank you everyone for watching. It's been fun. Come back soon for more. And remember, stupidity is not a right. Fight the flat earth. Fight the flat. Fight the flat. Fight the flat. Fight the flat. Fight the flat.